What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Vidge, back with another Fortnite Battle Royale video. So what I want to do is just touch on some topics or videos that I've made previously on like how to rotate stairs, go a little bit more in depth on how to rotate stairs in different ways, different directions. Also, obviously, Epic Games or Fortnite has put out quite a few updates on how to build faster, how to customize your keybinds on your controllers, and that's what I want to get into. So first of all, I just want to show you in depth on how to rotate stairs for those of you that may not know how to do it, and then I will get on with the rest. So what we want to do is just place down a staircase. As you can see, my edit button is square because I have customized my keybinds on my controller. So what we want to do is go up here. If we want to rotate this stairs 180 degrees to the other direction over here, okay, what we want to do is hit square. You will always be using these center squares or blocks or whatever you want to call them. So we want to grab this one here and rotate it to this over here. As you can see, it's going to build this way. Okay, so it's always the center square, like I said. So if we want to turn this to the side, well, if we grab this one, it's going to rotate it to the other side like this over here. Okay, so you always want to rotate. Say I want to rotate it back, you want to grab this one and we'll rotate it back facing Loot Lake. Say we want to rotate it back to where we started. Here we're back to where we started. So it's really that simple. I know, you know, is not a lot of great videos that show this, but like I said, if you want to rotate it 180 degrees, you can go that way. If you want to rotate it sideways facing Loot Lake, you can do it this way. And it's really that simple. Say we want to go back to where we started, we want to grab it this way, and we're facing back where we started at. So it's really that simple. I'll kind of show you a little bit more in a 1x1. I know 1x1s, not a whole lot of people use them much anymore, but they do use them. So say we want to do the same thing, go 180 degrees, and we're rotated back this way. Say we want to rotate it over that way, side to side. Say we want to rotate it back. We want to grab this one and go over to there. So we want to go back to Loot Lake, or the way we were facing before. And it's really that simple. So I wanted to just go a little bit more in depth about that, because to me that's a crucial part on, you know, editing, stuff like that. So one other thing I want to get into is the updates that Epic Games have been putting out. So if you're on PlayStation, just hit the options button on your controller. If you're on Xbox, hit your home button or the 3-line button that you have on your controller. Go over to the settings menu here, and what you'll find is I do have my look sensitivity or my aim sensitivity down quite a bit, just so I can be more accurate. But one thing that they have added is the building sensitivity. If you guys have not noticed this, there's been a lot of videos on it. So if you're at 1.00, your building speed is going to be the same as your, you know, your look sensitivity or your aim sensitivity. This sensitivity here. Okay, so if you're at 1.00, it's going to be that. If you go up to like 1.50, where mine's at, it's going to build a half step faster, basically a half step more than your, you know, your look sensitivity or your aim sensitivity, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and I'll kind of show you that in the end game. So that is your building sensitivity. Don't forget to do that. That's definitely going to help you build faster. Guys, if I sound a little under the weather, I am. I'm trying to get over a cold. So that's one thing I wanted to show you guys. Sprint by default, I have this turned on, and I'll show you the reason why, because I use the sprint button. There really is no difference at all whether you use the sprint button or don't. There's no, you know, you don't sprint any, you know, you don't sprint faster, or you don't, it doesn't take you longer to sprint to get to sprinting. It's the exact same thing as using a sprint button. So let me see. Obviously you want your reset building on, so you're always resetting back. You don't want to start from different, you know, different building, like your stairs or your walls or whatever. Turbo building, obviously you want that on, just so you can build faster. This is another thing that they added which I think is good. I just haven't took the time to get used to it. And this is for people that use Builder Pro. Build immediately. So instead of having that like preview before you build, or having to hold down the button, the second you tap it, it's going to build it. Okay, so this, if you want to turn that on and get used to it, I would highly suggest. I just haven't done it yet. This here, if you're still using circle to edit, this is the amount of time it takes that circle to go, or this, if you're using circle, you know, that little wheel, this is the amount of time that it takes for that wheel to go around for you to edit. So that's how you can set that. You can lower that quite a bit if you want, but I do not use that as my edit anymore, so it really does not do anything at all for me. Obviously I have vibration turned off, and so what we want to do is we want to go to the controller up here, and as you can see, this is my layout here. I'm basically on Builder Pro, but there's some things that I have changed. Circle here is typically switch mode / edit. Okay, so I've just changed it to switch mode here. As you can see, it's just switch mode, and I've made square my edit. That way I don't have that little circle. The second I tap square, I'm going to edit, instead of having that wheel that turns. You know, I'm going to edit right away. So, and what the reason why we got rid of this sprint button is now L3 is going to be my reload button. It's going to be my interact. So it's, you know, it's going to pick up guns, L3, you know, instead of having to always constantly hit square. L3 will basically do a lot of things. Reload your guns, interact with picking up guns, opening chest, reviving teammates, pretty much all the things that you have to do to interact. So I would highly suggest, to me personally, this is the best keybind, you know, customized keybinds that I have found, and it really does work great. So this is under your combat controls. If you look over the control above the controller, it says combat control. So let's go over real quick again. Switch mode, instead of switch mode / edit, it's just switch mode. The edit button is a square, and then we don't have a sprint button, so we change this to reload and interact. So now we're going to go to build controls. Okay, so as you can see, switch mode is still circle, edit is still square, and now L3 is your trap picker. So this makes it much easier to place traps if you're in a in a build fight. It's much easier to place a trap just tapping your L3 button to place a trap in if he's after you, or whatever is going on. So that's basically it for the customized binds on the controller. For me, that's the way I have them set. To me personally, I love the not having a sprint button, and I really am enjoying the customized key binds. Obviously this is something you may want to play around with and see what best suits you, but to me this is definitely what did it make me do? Oh, I hit the wrong button. But anyways, to me this is the best so far. So when you go out of this, it's going to say missing binds. Don't worry about this. This is just because you don't have a sprint button. Just decline it. It's the same thing. So just one other thing that we'll go over with real quick. Obviously, to set stairs, you can see my edit button is square. It's so much easier now to edit things. So, like I said, just tap square and it edits that fast. If we place a wall, I'll show you it. You can probably see it a little bit better on a wall. Okay, so say we're running up to it, all we have to do is tap and build. It's that easy. See how much faster it's editing? Or we'll reset it. It's just so much faster to do it this way, guys. It really is. like I said, there's no longer that wheel to get in, you know, that takes you so long to get into. So let's go over, obviously, you know, I want to kind of refresh how to rotate this. It's simple. Rotate it towards Loot Lake. So that is, you know, just kind of going over everything, how to rotate that. Your stairs is very important. Going into here and resetting your building sensitivity so you can build much faster and turn them things on if you want to build immediately. Your controller configuration, what you want to do is, you know, go to custom, then you'll pick from what you typically use, like you use Builder Pro, then you switch, you know, which ones you want to adjust. So guys, I think that's all I really got for you. Hopefully you have found this very informative. I enjoy bringing things to you, you know, that people sometimes can't really figure out. So if you enjoyed the video and found it informative, hit that thumbs up. It really helps the channel, guys. If you're not part of Team B, hit that subscribe button, guys. I'm always trying to bring you guys things to help you out in Fortnite Battle Royale. So once again, thanks again. You guys have a great day. God bless, and until next time, it's Veg. I will see you guys again soon. Stay vigilant.